Good morning, sir. It is Eric Previn from CD2. There's a little bit confusing new protocol, but thank you for your interest in city government. Item 17 is a recommendation from the mayor to reappoint Lucilia Hooper to the Housing Authority. This is a no-brainer. The only question here is you have five females and one male, and I am doing a little benchmarking. That's not bad. But it's not fair or equitable or even close, but it's not bad. But at the Ethics Commission, as you know, yesterday, we were not taking comment in front of this body. Andrea Orton was appointed to the Ethics Commission, and we got a 5-pack of ladies, which, of course, is appealing on many levels. But I feel like in the equitable, I mean, there are, if you note, 14 gentlemen on this council and one woman. I don't know. I just feel like we should try to find a balance. I think that's why we're tracking it, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Thank you. So item number 26 is, obviously, it's time for some appreciation. We have a $44,000 little kerplunk into the mayor's salaries line, but it is for a very, very good purpose. This is to help out with some. It's the Corporation for Supportive Housing is throwing the money in there. Now, when I hear Corporation for Supportive Housing, I of course am immediately alerted to that organization because I've heard about them before. They are leading in an area called Pay for Success, Bon, and you probably have heard about this. And sir, you may have even heard about this too. I know you're very busy at the moment shuffling things around, but Mark Ridley Thomas has a plan at the county. He's been wheeling it out over a couple of years, and the idea is not a terrible one. It's to get private partners who are competent, not to say that public folks are not. Obviously, they are. The highest science and service is the government. Let's not forget that over on the West Wall. But, sir, these programs have been problematic. Goldman Sachs ran one in Utah where they tried to help out with the kiddie care, and in that process, they were kind of caught not really helping so much, but profiting handsomely. So I just think we have to scrutinize. I know the model could be found, but it just requires high degree of watchdoggery. Now, that said, $44,000 to the mayor. If I had $44,000 to help the homeless problem, I'm not sure I would give it to the mayor at this point. He has a very large staff, sir, many of whom are already very dedicated. I don't quite understand why that money isn't going to some of the other partners like Mr. Bonifrex. You remember Chrysalis. This is a group that's putting those bins all over, they're not doing it all over because they don't have enough money, but they would if they could, so that people who are being disenfranchised, separated from their materials, reference Carol Sobel, can go get their materials, and there's a fair plan where they can access that stuff, etc. So if I were you, sir, you're very busy. Are you here? Are you with her? Who are you talking to up there? It's no problem. I don't mind. I'm used to the disrespect, sir. Item number 29 is, I think it's a measure of gratitude that is in order for, I think it's BOE or Buscaino, but it certainly benefits us. I looked at the address and I thought, wow, this is great. They're going to do a little alley vacation. Boy, that address looks familiar over on Magnolia. Hey, wait a minute. My kid goes to the school. So thank you, sir. It's Oakwood, and we are very, very appreciative. This is part of our big project that they're going to be putting a bridge over troubled waters. No, it's over Moore Park. Anyway, sir, finally, I guess I'll have to round out to the end, which is item 34, sir. This is the case of Wayne Guillory. Now, I know you settled it for $500,000.
Okay, you didn't put Mr. Previn.
I just want to comment, sir. This is my general.
Mr. Previn, the hearing was satisfied on that, so you may want to talk on something else with your last 19 seconds and then go into your public comment.
Well, in my last 19 seconds,
No, you have 19 seconds left.
Right, and then I have a public comment. Right, so I'll during the 19 seconds, I'll quietly protest that I can't speak about the Wayne Guillory matter in this section, and then what I'll do is I'll speak in my general public.
All right.
Okay.
Mr. Clerk, could you give him his minute for general public? Okay, Mr. Previn.
Thank you, sir. It is Mr. Previn here in the general public comment. Thank you. Well, Guillory was a cop who, 34-year veteran, he had a pretty good career, I thought. He started as an explorer. I mean, this guy sort of had a rough road. He was an African-American, and then he had a tussle with the LAPD about slurs or whatever, and eventually there was some discrimination and some retaliation, and it blanches the typical resident's mustache because there's no reason for anyone to face this kind of bigotry in a department. And he's come out on the record and said Beck's a good man and he's trying. But this really is painful because the $500,000 settlement, which you all just approved without nary a peep, it can't possibly amount to the kind of reputational damage and painful sort of alienation that must have been felt during these periods when he was being set up and punished and treated badly. He was blown the whistle on ghost rides and other things.
Thank you, Mr. Previn. Thank you, sir. I want to recognize Mr. Cedillo.
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. I'll take a break from the rants and the insanity to welcome a group of students. Quiero presentar un grupo de estudiantes. I want to